What's up, everybody? Your boy Stay 1981. So I got a video for you guys today. I got a freshie. So I took a little time to get some things taken care of after the last video. I left you guys with my Bulwark dock and power supply for it, for the Ally X, ROG Ally X. And today, this comes out from eBay, and this is going to be something I've been waiting to do. I'm not going to be able to do a complete complete review of this completely yet, because I got to have it checked out. But I do believe this is going to be my graphics card that I had ordered on eBay, and thanks to KW underscore seller, he was able to get me this little guy. So if you look here, I got my Ally X, not the Xbox one, but the regular one, the regular Ally X from 2025. I think it was 2024 into 2025. And then as of 2026, you know, the Ally X is now the Xbox, more Microsoft version. And I've already went on to touch on that a little bit. Okay, I've already cracked part of it to get started. This is a secondhand item, so I'll see how it goes. And it's like the seller had said. Let me flip you guys around. Guys down like this. I'm going to cradle you right here while I get the wrapping done, and I'm going to hold it up for you. So this is my graphics card. And if you guys can't read if it's coming in backwards or not, see, right now I'm in a recording, it's showing it backwards, but it probably will show it the right way. But this is a 4070 Super, and it's a Gigabyte. And I will just tell you right now, the seller was pretty cool. KW seller, underscore seller, he was really cool with setting all this up to help me get it. Thanks to him, it was made possible. Factory box. Now, like I said, this is the seller's graphics card. You can see the little, it has a moniker on it. It says Gigabyte on the box. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys back down this way, so you guys can a little bit, make it a little easier. So we got the box, the sleeve box. I got that open. Open this up, pull open the stuff here. So now he wanted to go through a lot of trouble to just make sure that it was padded really, really good, because it's going to go through shipping. Okay. And like I said, this is secondhand. This has been already a used item. Man, so far this is looking really, really, really good. Even with the cable, that looks really good. Let's see what this card's gonna look like here. Okay. Okay, I don't think it's factory. Oh, I feel factory wrap. Yeah, he wrapped it on top of factory. It's flippy. So I'm feeling crinkle. Feels like it might be the chrome bag that originally comes with it. So this doesn't come this way when you first buy them. Let's see if it has the original bag. I don't know if that's the original bag. I don't think it's the original bag, but it'll. I think it's just something he had to wrap it in. So KW underscore seller is who I got this through. And he was able to make this possible because he was making sure that if I wanted this, that he was going to make sure that it was coming in very well packaged. He made sure that the board was not going to be harmed in any way. Now, as far as making good on what I said I would do with him, I have to get this checked out through a PC shop to make sure that I'm not saying it's on the up and up, but I have to make sure that the stuff here is set up and everything. It'll take the software. He seems to do a really, like he had this across there just to make sure it was cradled so the fans don't get broke. Yeah, he did a really good job. So far, he put a little guy here. So he's going through a lot of trouble to make sure this thing was actually very well set up here. Little inserts in the fan, just making sure that it was not going to move in shipment. So he wedged little pieces of like foam in the fans. Now let's see if it makes any noise when I spin them. Yeah, the bearings. Bearings sound pretty good. They don't make any noise. That's good. The first thing they want to tell you is don't ever drop one of these. You don't want to make sure you ever drop it on a hard surface or. So you can see that okay. Oh yeah. So it's very, very clean. I'm gonna still have to get this checked out by a professional shop. All in good time. I want to like who I bought it from because I don't know a lot about these. This is just a fancy graphics card, and I'm planning for myself to do a cluster. So my cluster setup is going to be putting that through a. Let me get you guys down here so I can talk. I want to put this through a cluster, which if you hear the word cluster on anybody else's channel, it's going to be a new fad that they're doing in these last several years. You're going to be taking a handheld or any device, a laptop. You could do another desktop with this. It's external, and you're doing an external GPU, and it's an external GPU cluster. So the cluster is going to contain of course, a power supply of what would work with whatever card you're going to use. You made it up to the card that you're going to want to use. So now you have a docking power supply with a dockable chip graphics card of your choice, which in this case is a performance one I picked out, and it was a well-known one, which was the 4070. And then you mate this all up with the wiring that you need. So I need an HDMI I think it's a 2.0. I think right now we're at 2.2, so like a 2.1 or a 2.2 is fine. And then I need to get the docking tray for the that will supply the power, and I plan on probably using the AU Star. I've already put my order in for it, so that'll be great. And then that all kind of comes together as a big brick of massive power going into basically a makeshift desktop with all the fundamentals you'd have in the desktop. Adding power to whatever it is you're going to wire it to, and that's what they call a eGPU cluster, or an external graphics processing or processor unit. It's called an eGPU. So that was pretty much that. The only other thing I have in here to show is the cable again, and even the cable looks almost like I can't even see any wrongdoing in this. The pins, I don't know if they're showing up. All the pins, these are what a professional company's going to probably want to look at, is all this. And it's not that I don't trust anybody. I want to make sure that before I go making any stride to get committed in anything and commit myself to the price point that this goes through, that I want to make sure without a reasonable doubt that I'm going to be happy with this and that it is what it is, because at the end of the day, this is not a cheap graphics card. It looks like it's like, it looks expensive, but it's not cheap. But I didn't get it for near the price of what these are supposed to go for right now, not even close. Now I know brand new, as of right now with the data crunch we got going on. Yeah, and this guy, this is really throwing me for a loop here because this guy I bought it from, yeah, he assures me that, man, this is like a really, really, really great setup card. I don't see nothing too out of the ordinary. I got a little grind right there. I'm gonna try to go online later, see if anybody else has that, but I am not gonna nitpick it to death too much because then you got the one opening fan, and you're gonna want to look at all these little grids. See, a professional company's gonna want to look through all those and make sure there's like nothing going on with it. And yeah, so this is a very, just from looking at it, I think even like the chipset on it, it looks good. I'm gonna have to, like I said, I want to get an opinion on this and just make sure. But yeah, so far I don't see nothing out of the ordinary with that too much. Yeah, I don't see nothing out of the ordinary really. I don't think I see nothing out of the ordinary. I'm gonna have someone have to go over it with me and just double check. But other than, I don't know, I have like a little dark speck or something on the one little, I don't know, on this one little corner here. I got like a little, let's see if you look at it one more time. See if you can see it. If you look, it's right there. Like I said, I'm gonna have to have someone just verify that for me that it's all right. It's a little notch in the pin. Other than that, this whole thing looks really, 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 really good. I mean, it looks like it was never ran for much, and when it was like the guy said, it was used for gaming purpose, and I don't see really anything really wrong with it. And even like down the sides here, so like you have your data ports, and then you have your one HDMI. Let's see if I told you right. Yeah, HDMI, and then all these other ones are your data ports for your monitors or whatever you want to hook to it. So you'd hook your HDMI off of here and then take it to your TV. So it's a direct hit. So you're getting the full setup of this thing reading whatever it is you're hooking to it directly and not having it go through something else. Like if you have to make it go through like your AliX or your handheld or whatever peripheral, it slows it down. So you want all the chips and everything going directly and funneling to that card. So I'd have the major supply unit supplying the power to it. Done. So if you guys have any immediate questions about what I'm doing with that, I can't do more right now than just that right now. I wanted to kind of give you guys more insight than that, but right now I don't have a lot to go on. And like I said, I'm a little I'm kind of out of my league of this a little bit, only because I don't know a lot about graphics cards other than I know what their function is, what they do. But it's out of my league a little bit. I'll be honest, I'm just a man of simple means, and just say, hey, I'm out of my league of this a little bit, but I needed to do what I needed to do. But I'm gonna have to have someone else verify for me that card is fine, and they run some data through it and make sure it's fine. Other than that, from what KW_seller just sold me on eBay, it was the item, and the box was legit. And once again, this thing came the way he sold it to me. Yeah, I mean, this thing looks really, really cool. This is back with the unit back in the in its little case, and I can't be any more happier than to get almost a scratch-free card like this that has almost no scratch. I have to have that chip, that bottom PCIe chip, checked out. I got to get a few things verified before I go any strides with that. But as far as it's looking, and it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna have it probably checked out probably maybe tomorrow or in the next coming few days. So stay tuned to what I find out about that card. But as far as any like going into more cards down the road, I don't plan on it. I just wanted to use this card to get into an eGPU for the Ally X. So what I'm mating it to is this right here. So here's the case, and it's the Ally X. So it's the one before the Xbox setup. So the one, the Xbox, everybody's out getting it in the line right now for the difference. I'm into that. So you're basically converting a handheld into a small, not just a computer in the hand, but now you're going to branch it out into a miniature between a laptop and a desktop. And that eGPU cluster fills the gap, or well, not fills it, but bridges that gap closer to a desktop similarity. So it's pretty cool. They do have other options if you don't want to go this route and hand picking what you need. You get yourself just a all-in-one box unit. Like I know Asus makes one. I know Razer makes one. It's just a cabinet. It's a little box about the size of this right here, or a hair smaller, and it has all your data connections in it, and it has all the stuff just like I'm going to do, but on a smaller scale. How well do those work? I hear they work okay, but it's not going to have no output like this is going to have. This is going to be a very, very up and coming unit that I have, because I don't see very many people running with this guy yet. As far as like with an eGPU, I like to try to look into that, and that's what I get into. But it's already been done with the 4070. Cyberdopamine's done it. Opus has done it. ETA Prime has done it. A lot of people have done these cards already and already had done it and ran it and funneled it through. I know Cyberdopamine's touched on it. I know that everybody's pretty much touched on it. I know I learned from him and ETA Prime, and I want to say Refurbished Handhelds. They all had their little go-to section on where to fix the software so you can get that 43 error out of it. Other than that, there's been a lot of people making strides to try to get AMD to work with it, and I know you can. I know that they've made comments about it, but this is a plug-and-play setup with just fixing that 43 terminal thing for the NVIDIA setup for the driver, and you're done. That's really all you have to fix, and it's a simple little fix. You have to watch a video. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. When I figure it out, I'll post a video of it as well. But it's that simple. It's nothing new. I just want to have the ability to just do a little more versatility with the handheld without being stuck and bound to like performance that just won't hack certain stuff. It won't just take on certain AAA games. I'm more open for right now. Will I get another handheld? It's possible, but right now I'm going to try to enjoy this the best I can with what I'm doing with it. But is it over the top? Some would say it's over the top because you could get a 4070 and be done. But I wanted that barrier cushion. There's a cushion barrier of performance you're going to bridge with this card that the regular 4070 just doesn't have, and you're going to lose that penalty when you run it through USB 4, which is another thing I didn't touch on, is I'm running it USB 4, not Oculink. So that's another thing. You're going to lose some data and some performance gigabits per second, vice versa versus the Oculink. You're going to lose that over the Oculink. So USB 4 is going to slow you down a little bit. So I hope you guys liked it. Again, 4070, check it out if you want to try to get yourself one. It's an NVIDIA card, RTX, and it's the Windforce 3 or Tri-Fan. It's got Tri-Fans on it, and it's an amazing card. They have it in the non, which is the RTX 4070. They have it in the 4070 Super, which is what I picked up, the TI, and then the TI Super. And you can get any of those right now for whatever you can find them for. So if you guys like it, let me know. Post in the comments. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. And keep up to date because I'm going to be doing more about this this cluster I have going on right now with the ROG Ally X. So catch you guys later.